That's it for a Sunday night. We'll be back on Wednesday, just after 10:30. Just very quickly, I was hoping to end the phone in earlier, but again, somebody above made that call come in, and what a thrill it was. I had a lot of meetings last week about how I basically resolve the legal issues, and basically this country does not allow a fair system where you can get compensated for what you need. As you know, when I started the GoFundMe campaign to sue the BBC, it was to find out who had written an email, and we now know who did that, and it was to be compensated for the contract that wasn't paid, and we now know why that didn't happen, as the Crown Court, as that whole case described. It's all there on record on YouTube. You can see if you haven't already, and you'll find out exactly what that was. And I feel totally vindicated in the fact that we now know there were 4. www.gofundme.com/sue the BBC is our GoFundMe account to bring the BBC to account. They've tried to have me arrested twice in 9 months to silence me over one of theirs, who they're harbouring, who they refuse to defend, and who remains on hearing. This is about me standing up to the bully BBC, who want to wipe out people, who want to expose them as the crooks they are, wasting our public money and bullying and destroying the lives of people like me. We are going to sue every single one of them, but I have to follow the legal course. Non-guilties. There were indeed a tweet that was never presented and indeed didn't exist. That was the reason that they claimed they didn't pay my contract. The reality is that contract was worth £12,000. And that is all you can win. You can only get the money from the High Court that you are owed. There is no money for hurt feelings or anything like that, like there is in America. So the reality is, what is the point me spending £100,000 on lawyers to cost the license fee payer to win virtually nothing? So I feel vindicated in that part of what happened. That is all public domain, and that is out there. And having spoken to Katie Hopkins, I've got to tell you, mainly, and seeing how this system is, that basically they want to bleed you dry and bankrupt you through costs. There is no point suing the BBC for that. I now know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And that is why I opted to go to the Crown Court. I wanted to get that out there at the most forensic level, and we did. And I now know everything that I wanted to know, and we know the whole story, and there it is. But the notion that I'm going to now sue the BBC for whatever that contract was, 12,000 or whatever it was that they didn't pay, over a tweet that didn't exist, is pointless. It's going to be 2 years of heartache, 2 years of drama, and it's going to make lawyers very, very rich. Now, I asked 2.5 years ago for your help. I was on £86 a week. I haven't asked for any money, as you know, in about 1.5 years. I've spent 300 to go. I can't wait. Thank you for your support. Without you, I wouldn't be here. Without your donations in the beginning, and some people say he still keeps asking for money. I haven't asked for money in over a year. The thickos have interpreted that was donations. No, it wasn't. This is money I've spent through YouTube. My saviour, who donated through the advertising to the Voice of Reason, hundreds of thousands of pounds. And thank God they did, because I'd be fucked without it. The GoFundMe was closed, as we know. That was another thing that came out in the Crown Court by Nottingham Police. And so be it. They chose to do that, and we'll get to that when we do. And a lot of that money was refunded. But it was something like 16,000. That was the amount donated. And therefore, I'm in excess now of £50,000 that we're going to be giving to charity, which is donations. So it's incredible. If it might even be 60,000. So all of that will be going to charity I will choose. And today, as we sit here, nearly £60,000 better off in less than 6 hours for simply telling the truth. Make a penny out of paypal.me/free speech UK. This money goes straight into account. That doesn't mean it's spent. It means it's there to be spent when we need it. But I'm telling you, walking into this 60,000 better off, that means we've got now more than 100,000. 100,000 for free speech. They thought I was on 84 quid a week and I'd give that back. In fact, I'm going to give 20,000 back to charity as I said I would. There is no point me going through 2 years. You have to know when you're beaten and you're out. You have to know when the system doesn't allow you to win. I mean, of course I'll win the contract of 12 grand, but it's going to cost 2 years of my life and £100,000 to get to the High Court. What's the point? When I can just give it to charity, know who I am, know that I wasn't wrong, everything that came out in the Crown, and move on from here with that specific thing. So what I want to do tomorrow, and in the comments you can say which charities you will decide here at Secret VOR, and we will donate that this week. And we're going to put a little poll tomorrow of the top 4, and you can vote, and we will decide which charities get the money that was donated to that GoFundMe. As I say, it was closed down by Nottingham Police. That was admitted in court, and it was something like £16,000 was donated by you to save my life. That money was given immediately to Henry Bramman and put on account. I've never profited a penny, and for those who are so thick they don't understand that I said it's cost me £315,000. £200,000 was spent as of the week before last with Henry Bramman, and that was, as I say, thank God for the YouTube gods, and I put another 10 grand on last week. This is the kind of money that it goes into these lawyers, and I'm done. I am beaten by the system of lawyers who simply profit. Now, the reason I say this, and I mentioned Katie Hopkins earlier, remember that in her case that she lost, the person who won only got 20 grand. This wasn't an enormous amount of money compared to the costs, which were 500, 800,000 by the end. I mean, it's ludicrous. And you have to know when to walk away. And the point of this 12 grand that I'm owed by the BBC that we now know wasn't paid because and all that I've just said, what is the point? What is the point? So I'm going to give that GoFundMe money back and walk away. There is no point torturing myself with this amount of money to win 12 grand. I am better sat here with you, making videos and walking away, with my head held high, knowing everything we now know from the Crown Court that was public domain and reported at YouTube and here at Secret VOR. So we now do something nice. I'd like to give some money to animals, to veterans, to pensioners, things like that. But you can decide. Tell us, we'll put a poll and we'll do it this week and just be done with it. There's nothing to achieve by me wasting another 2 years of my life suing the BBC, which is costing public money, to win an amount that frankly is neither here nor there in the grand scheme of what I've paid. We've paid $210,000 to Mr. Bramman, who's the lawyers, and people say, well, where's the money gone? Well, the money went in the 11 magistrates' hearings where they wouldn't shut me up. They wouldn't rule on that stalking order that they wanted. So every time we went, that was thousands of pounds over the 2 years. And this is the game. The game is to bankrupt you and to put you out of business. I'm done with that, and it's pointless. I now know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, which is why I went to the Crown. I opted for that, not the mags. And I think it is a noble thing to just say, I'm done, to put it behind me, and to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth is that 12 grand would pale into insignificance next to the amount of legal costs, energy, and time that I would have to invest to get it back. What's the point? So let's give that GoFundMe money back. There's no point. It is a worthless exercise to keep fighting on with this element of the case. Pointless. So I'm going to do a lovely thing and give 20 grand to charity this week, and then it's done. And then that's that. So right where you think it should go, and then we'll, Tarquin tomorrow will pick the most popular, and then we'll put a thing on and we'll get it down to the last 4 and give 5 grand to each of those top 4 charities. And that's that. It'll be in the forum tomorrow. Keep commenting below. And I think this is good karma. I think it's good for my mental health and just to draw a line under it. You can't win with these lawyers. The game is a scam. It is a scam that is designed to bleed you dry. And I remind you that the Hopkins case is the best example. The person who won only got 20 odd grand, but the costs ended up being 800,000. What's the point? So that's that. I hope that explained it. I hope that made it clear. And thank you. Thank you for your kindness, your love, your support, being here. We are just over the moon with the new subscribers and what we've become. The phone-in tonight was extraordinary, as was Wednesday nights. This is a dream come true for me. My karma now is to walk away and say, I know what I know and the truth that we got through that Crown Court case. And that is that. To be pissing about for another 2 years, suing the BBC over an amount that is neither here nor there in the grand scheme of things. And I repeat, thank God for YouTube. I didn't spend a penny of that money. It's in the company account, and it's a war chest there to be spent on getting me out of all of this nonsense with lawyers that is unbelievably expensive. Every penny I spent on my life and lifestyle came from the merch and from the live shows. So I sleep well at night knowing that this is the right thing for me. There is no point making these lawyers rich. What is the point? On both sides, they're the only winners. The system is ridiculous, but it is what it is in this country. It is not like America, where you can get money for hurt feelings. You have to get what you are owed. And honestly, to go through tens of thousands to waste another 2 years over 12 grand that I now know I am owed and would get, I'd rather give it to charity and be done with it. So that's that. Right, that's it for a Sunday night. I'll be back on Wednesday with the phone-in. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Thank you again for making my dreams come true. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night and a great week. And I shall see you Wednesday. What an amazing phone-in. Thank you, Lars. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you September 10th in Blackpool at the North Pier at the Joe Longthorne Theatre. Try, Lars.